Ringing up Graeme Kenna.
This is the voicemail of Graeme Kenna from the Legal Department for Adult Services in Bradford Council. Please leave a message and I will get back to you.
After you've finished your message, just hang up, or to hear more options, please press 1.
Yes, hello, Mr. Kenna. It's Mr. Hussain here. Once again, leaving yourself another daily message like a broken record. How many messages have I left to you, and how many messages are you going to continue to ignore? Today is Tuesday. Is it? No, today is Wednesday, the 17th of July, 2024. I've been leaving you daily messages from the 10th of October, 2023. It's now coming to be nearly 3 weeks' time. It's going to be 1 year to the day that you have unlawfully kidnapped my brother. So you could then look to leverage that for your own personal benefit and advantage. So you could look to leverage that for your own personal advantage. In order to make me and my brother homeless, in order to take away the care home, it was quite evident and clear that you had been utilizing the courts and tribunal services, and particularly the judges and the judiciary to achieve your nefarious and villainous objectives. Here we are once again, Mr. Kenna. I'm leaving you daily messages asking you to contact me. You're obviously receiving these messages because you are giving instructions to the Sunningdale care home not to communicate to me and restrict my communications via email because that serves your agenda and narrative. And then you can just fob us off and say, "Oh, sorry, we were we were delayed because of X, Y, and Z." I don't give a damn. Every day that goes by is £1 million that you are being now leveraged as a local authority for abusing your position of power and authority. You could resolve the situation. You could simply talk to me, but you're choosing not to talk to me. You've given instructions to Manningham Housing Associations not to engage with me in any conversation, to go through the solicitor. You've then given Manningham Housing Associations a solicitor instructions not to engage with me, and then got them paid off. This is simply the ridiculousness of the situation that you're creating. You're creating a situation and an agenda and a narrative that's clearly in your interest and your financial interest at the expense, clearly in your financial interest as a local authority, and clearly to this detrimental suffering and anguish and torture and humiliation and degradation and the debauched treatment of both me and my brother. Why can I not even speak to my brother on the telephone? Oh, because you're recording him. So what? I've been recording him. I've got his permission. He's given me lasting powers of attorney, which you have unlawfully removed. I've created videos of him. There's nothing stopping me from recording him, and you don't want me to record him explaining to me in a language that I can understand as his confidant, as his legal representative, because obviously he's given me his lasting power of attorney on numerous occasions. So I can't represent him. So you don't want me to represent him, and this is one of the reasons that the court proceedings were derailed in the manner that you did, in order to ensure the fact that I am not going to be in a position to represent my brother in those proceedings. It was simply a whitewashing exercise that 2 years later, they had no other option but to commit an act of villainy and tyranny against me and my brother. Basically, the local authority have perverted the institution of justice so that you can win over your objectives. And what your objectives are: villainous, evil, nefarious, and vindictive and persecutory. You're persecuting me because of your own systemic failures and inability to do your job in adult social care, and which has been clearly evidenced and proven to be the case in childcare services, which had been taken off you because of various failures, the last one being Star Hobson's case. So there's a litany of failures and incompetences and malicious and malevolence on your part, while you look to maintain your public facade and reputation as a local authority. No different to the motivations and narratives and agenda of the post office, who were looking to maintain their public reputation whilst looking to unlawfully prosecute postmasters. This is exactly what you've done here. You've looked to maintain your public reputation as a city of culture, whilst at the same time looking to target target and victimize and persecute and hound me and my brother for your own personal benefit, so that you could look to achieve your own objectives in this manner, that in the manner that you have done so. It's completely horrendous and ridiculous that you are choosing to treat us with disdain and contempt in the manner that you are presently doing. And I'm urging you to let my brother go. You're going to end up murdering him as you've murdered everybody else, and it becomes more and more difficult when it's one murder. You can look to make excuses and lies and deception, but there's a litany of murders now taking place, from my father's murder in 2009, from my brother's murder in 2014, where you look to frame me for his death, to my recently my mother's murder, and now you're looking to plot, plan, and conspire to murder my brother Talib, whilst at the same time have been liaising and coordinating this effort and trying to create a narrative by buying off various family members, particularly my nieces and nephews, to pay for his death committee. So when he does die, Shagufta becomes his nearest relative. What's my sister? You understand? In Oldham, we're his family members, and you basically want to demote us and cancel us from being in our brother's life, so that you can be his nearest relative. How absolutely ludicrous and asinine of yourself, looking to make a clear mockery and perversion of the rules and courts of justice. You are basically undermining the whole British judicial system from the signing of the Magna Carta today. You're just making a complete mockery of the British legal system for your own personal benefit, and at the expense of our human suffering. These are British values that you keep on going on about. It's just lies and deception, pirateering and profiteering at the expense of creating the misery that you've created for us. I urge you desperately, and I implore you to let me speak to my brother to ensure that he's okay and give him much needed reassurances. I have been his carer for the longest of times. I've sacrificed everything in order to be his carer. You've been hounding and persecuting us for over a decade now, deliberately hounding and persecuting us for a decade, if not 2.5 decades now, while you've killed off each and every one of my family members. I urge you to get in touch with me so we can look to resolve the situation. Nothing's going to get resolved as it presently stands. All that's going to happen is you're going to end up murdering my brother Talib as you've murdered everybody else. I'm surprised he's not already dead. But obviously you can't kill him off yet. You got his money to dissipate, haven't you? You want to dissipate all his money like you dissipate all my mother's money. So for your benefit, so you can say that we're left with nothing. I charge £1 million a day now for the human suffering and degradation that you've put me into. So this is the situation we are now in, and I urge you to liaise with us without further delay. I'm not going to go on further. Thank you very much.